types of some people in the, well, not two types, two sets, different groups today. We've got my normal live trading room people in the room today, and obviously we've got your guests that have come along as well. So we're just going to run through what we normally do in the live trading room, looking at the bigger picture, looking at the news items, because I think we get so focused on the smaller time frames. We need to look at those bigger time frames. So we're going to do an overview of the whole markets this morning, because I think there's some really good things setting up.
Right. Well, we're just on 9 o'clock, so just to sort of officially start proceedings, just say my name is Simon Campbell from London Investment Week. Welcome to everybody that's joining us this morning. We've got 90 minutes live trading session with Lee Sandford from Trading College. Lee, I'll hand over to you.
Thanks, I'm just going to have just a drink of water 1 second, and give me 15 seconds and we'll start, guys. Just 1 second. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back to the third session of the live trading room. So delighted to have you back on board. We've got our live trading room students from Trading College in the room as well today, and we're running an event here with Simon. So welcome to the event. I've had some lovely emails, by the way. Thank you very much, people that have emailed me regarding the last couple of events with some of the trades that were taken, i.e. the dollar CAD trade that's keeps on running, and the dollar yen trade. So thanks for some lovely emails. It's really appreciated to get the nice emails. You don't tend to get the nice emails. You tend to get the ones when people complain about something or whatever. But it's just nice when people do and are willing to put pen to paper or put an email down saying thank you very much for some of the trades. So lovely, absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do this morning, you can put in any questions you want to. I'll answer any question, guys. Absolutely no problem at all. But what we're going to do first thing this morning is we're going to sort of look at the bigger picture to start with. Okay, I am stalking this euro trade on the right-hand side on the 4-hour time frame on the euro dollar. If you could just see what I'm looking at here, we've had a fantastic move in euro dollar. We've been long the euro in the live trading room yesterday. Actually took profits on that. So anybody that's in the live trading room at Trading College, guys, I'm taking profits on this euro dollar trade as we speak. Okay, so it was picture perfect for us yesterday for this euro long. But what I'm doing, I'm taking profits. The reason I'm taking profits is we're coming into a major double top here on the 4-hour time frame. But also, if you look at this, we've had a lovely wave pattern, Elliott wave pattern from the lows here of the 13th of April. We pushed very nicely to the upside. We've had a lovely wave 3 to around these areas here. We finished a wave 3 just here. And then we got an extended move into wave 5, and now we're coming into an ABC correction. So for me, it's just a little bit too risky to have any exposure for this euro trade at the moment, going into a major election tomorrow. Okay, I know it's going to affect the British pound more, but this euro, it's time to sort of start to, with some of my other trades as well, my other swing trades, just start to lighten up some of these positions, start to just sit back and let this election get out of the way, because I think the volatility is going to be tremendous going into Thursday afternoon, Friday. I think next week's going to be a great trading week. I think the volatility is going to pick up due to the result, if there is a result. So we're right into this ABC area here on the euro dollar, and I'm willing to, I'll be willing to take a trade. I've already just exited the long trade. Had a little nibble already to the short side on this symmetry area, this Fibonacci symmetry area at 53s. So I've just had a little nibble at this area, and I'm prepared to add to this position if it goes higher as well, okay? Now, let's just bring the account up. I still want to get into the bigger picture stuff as well. So I'm just going to bring my account up here, guys. So just a little nibble at the 41, 45 area here on the euro dollar. And when I say I'm having a little nibble, it's technical terms, okay, for just starting to scale into a trade. And what I like to do, I don't like to go all in and all out sometimes with trades. I think for a typical retail trader, you know, people that I speak to, they're all into positions and all out with a 15-point stop. They get stopped out, and then the market moves in the direction they thought it would do in the first place. What I like to do, and what I teach at the apprenticeship level, is that, you know, just build positions. And you saw me do that on the dollar CAD trade before, where, you know, I would just start to nibble at a trade, and I'd build a position. It could go up to 140 pounds if it wants to, but I will just start to nibble at trades and add to positions when they go against me. All right, so I add to positions when they go against me in the direction of a wave pattern. So this is an ABC correction potential setting up here. I don't think the euro's got much strength to go higher here, guys. If it does, I think that would be a gift from the trading gods. And I think that these areas here, like 113.20, 113.40, would be an area for me where I would love to add to a short trade for sort of an intraday swing, probably lasting the rest of the day, and then probably get out of the trade before we go into the start of the polling tomorrow. Unfortunately, this market's running in the direction already, so probably potentially still going to make some money, but not as much as if I could build the position a little bit further up here, okay? So the euro dollar into a bit of ABC correction on the wave pattern. We are into symmetry up here as well, and I think we're just running out of steam on this euro dollar in this sort of time frame. If we do go higher, I will look to scale into the trade for a re-short, and my stop placement would be just above this area here, this 113.72. And my style of trading is basically intraday type swings. I'm not a scalper. I'm getting too old for scalping the markets these days. For me, it's more like building positions, sort of like that euro trade yesterday. We took over £500 out of the trade in 2 days. And I'm not somebody that's going to go and lose 9 grand in a day trading gold. I'm not somebody that's going to go and lose, you know, £20,000 in a day. I'm not that type of trader. I'm more on the smaller time, more on the smaller position size, and much more conservative. It's less stressful, and as I said, I like to build positions and nibble at trades, and trade in that sort of style. Okay, the days of me scalping markets on 5 range bar charts and 8 range bars and 1 minute and 2 minute charts are long gone. All right, and I think with this type of style of trading as well, and we'll see if we can get another entry on this euro soon, but I think with this style of trading, it's less stressful for people, and it's more successful. All right, so that's the euro, and if we do start to go up here, guys, I will start to initiate another position here to cost-based average into this trade with a stop at my maximum loss on the trade. Okay, now we do have some news coming out this morning. Let's just go and take a look at what is coming out this morning. It's so important, I think, that if you can just see here, I think it's so important that you understand what news and announcements are going to come out during the day. And this is just a website I use, Forex Factory. It's a free calendar. You can just check to see what news is going to be coming out. It's Wednesday the 6th. All right. Make sure when you do use Forex Factory that you actually set the time correctly. Okay. You can see here, 8:38. All right. But if you just go and look down here on the Tuesday date, 6th of May, we've got services PMI coming out on the British pound at 9:30. Now, why for me is that important that the news announcement is going to be coming out at 9:30? Well, the thing is, I don't want to be putting a trade on 2 minutes or 5 minutes before the news comes out, because with the volatility of the reaction of the news, you know, with a 15-point stop loss, you know, we could get spikes out the trade. There's just no point in that at all. Okay, so let the news come out. I'm not really concerned about what the number is. I will certainly read up about the number after the event later on or this evening if it's a big enough news announcement, but I'm not really that concerned with the number. It's the reaction to the number. Okay, I'm a technical analysis trader. I don't want to get confused with fundamentals and technicals in one. Okay, so I just want to concentrate on technicals. That's what I've been trained in, and so I will stick to the technicals. Now this afternoon we've got in fact, we've got retail sales here at 10 a.m. as well, so that's going to be a nice market mover on the euro. And then at 1:15 we've got non-farm unemployment change here at 1:15, and then 1:30 we've got labour cost out US. And then Yellen speaking, which is really interesting because we've got Yellen speaking just before the US market opens this afternoon. All right, so that is, I think, you know, that is really interesting. I think we will get some decent price action today. I think we're into some great opportunities in this market. Keep your accounts safe, guys. Don't do anything crazy, because I think next week there's going to be some fabulous opportunities. We're going into Friday. I think there's going to be some great opportunities. So we've got Yellen speaking, also crude inventories. If you're a crude trader, 3:30 every Wednesday. We got crude inventories unless there is a bank on holiday. Okay. All right. So don't forget, if you're trading this afternoon, Yellen speaking. All right. That's a big one, guys. Markets will be focused on what the words being used in that statement or interview, whatever it's going to be with Yellen this afternoon. Hi, Keith. Hope you're well. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the markets. Let's run through what's setting up. Already looking at this ABC pattern that's potentially setting up here in this 4-hour time frame on the euro. We're out of our long trade on that and looking to sort of go flat or look for some short trades on that euro dollar. British pound here. On my newsletter, I've been talking about just standing aside on the British pound, unless we're going to fade the highs. Okay, we're going to buy the lows and fade the highs. So yesterday it was all about buying the lows. Today it's all about fading the highs. Okay, shorting the highs, because I think, you know, we're pretty much range bound in the British pound from a 4-hour and 60-minute time frame. I think, you know, everyone's waiting obviously for the outcome of the election tomorrow. All right, so let's we'll see what happens at 9:30 if we get some volatility. Otherwise, we're pretty much, if you look at the 4-hour time frame on the British pound, and you open this out here, and you look at cable, for me, we're in a non-trending market. I mean, it's when we do the apprenticeship weekend, first question I ask is, you know, what is a trend? Identify what is an uptrend, what is a downtrend, and it's you know, it's interesting to find out the amount of people that don't really understand how to describe what an uptrend is or a downtrend. And what I would say here on the 4-hour time frame is that we're in a sideways market after a lovely advance that we've had on the 4-hour time frame. So we're sideways. We're sideways in this market. And so don't get caught out too much with looking for a big move in the British pound at the moment. Okay, moving averages are sideways, price is sideways. We're going to be looking for fading opportunities. We're not going to be looking for too much of a trend trading opportunities yet, all right, just yet in this market, because we don't have a trend. I mean, it's easy to make money in the trend as we see higher lows and higher highs. This is the problem where retail traders get caught out at times, is when we don't have a trend and they don't know how to trade it, you know. And it's crucial, I think, that we've got to try and reduce as many mistakes as possible as a retail trader, and try and trade with the trend. If there is no trend, then you adopt a different style. You adopt a different style of trading. All right. And if you stick to just trend trading when there is no trend, that's the time when, you know, you could potentially get hurt and lose some money. All right. I've been there. I've done it and seen it. I've done it myself, guys. You know, no one's perfect when they're day trading the markets, but it's all about just trying to reduce mistakes, try and keep the odds on your side, keep the probabilities on your side, because we're dealing with, you know, all these human emotions and all the usual stuff that I don't need to tell you about. All right, so British pound here is sideways on a 4-hour time frame. On a 60-minute time frame, it is sideways as well. On a 15-minute time frame, it's messy, and a 5-minute time frame, it's, you know, we've made an ABC correction at the highs up here and have rolled over. All right. I think just another thing to add as well, when, you know, when the market is trendless, don't expect big moves. Don't expect a big move. Don't expect to make a lot of money, because the momentum just isn't there at the moment. You know, let it go into a new trend, and then you're going for a big move. All right. So, I mean, that's my view there. I will be all over the British pound Friday. I'm going to be all over the British pound next week. That's where I'll be focusing on trading next week, and the volatility picking up. All right. Dollar yen is interesting one for me. We've had some, and I think we are pretty much in a sideways, slightly higher market trend on the dollar yen on a daily time frame. We're stuck inside this chart down here, guys, the daily time frame. We are stuck right at the highs here inside this symmetrical triangle that's at the end of a wave pattern. And so I'm not looking for a big move in this market. I'm intraday. Okay, not just yet. So my philosophy on this is let this thing break from this symmetrical triangle, and then we'll trade it, i.e. we'll go for bigger moves. But at the moment, we're just stuck inside this range. We had a pro trading system buy 4 days ago, hit the profit target 54, and now it's just reverted back into the mean here. So, you know, it's another market, and if you go down to your smaller time frames again, if you go down to a smaller time frame, look, we've had bullish and bearish divergence signals on the 4-hour time frames, which have been nicely played here on this indicator. By the way, is my storyteller indicator. With these histograms, it signals bullish and bearish divergence. We've certainly had some decent moves with the dollar yen because it's trendless at the moment. All right, so those divergences working very, very nicely indeed. So neutral on this market as well, on this market, and this one here, guys, the Aussie dollar against the dollar once again. I will short this market at this double top. Okay, if we can reach and push up to this double top area here at 80.73 area, I will be a short seller right in here. Okay. Now, does anyone? You know, this is quite a high probability. This is quite a high probability short area at this 80.73. You know, for me, it's like the distance it's going to take to get up there. A lot of buyers are going to get to the, you know, a lot of buying pressure's got to come in here to push this market to 80.73. By the time it gets up there, I mean, you're talking another 100 pips, by the way. By the time it gets up there, then, you know, are we going to run out of buyers? So I think that's a high probability trade. It's a double top with some bearish divergence. I'll certainly be looking, if we can get up there today, which I doubt it, I'll certainly be looking to short that market at those highs on a double top drop potential right up there. Keep my eye on that euro trade. We do have news out in 10 minutes, don't forget that, guys. And here on the dollar CAD, now this goes back to our very first event we did together, and looking at this dollar CAD trade. Okay, David, no problem. Thank you very much, no problem. Do you remember this dollar CAD trade that we looked at first? And we had this, I think it was around this area in here, 127.31 area, something like that. Feels like a long time ago. And this is a classic ending pattern in the markets. Classic. Okay, Blaine, thanks very much. This is a classic ending pattern, and our target was 120. We hit this 120 over a week ago, which was really nice. And this is where I've got a lot of the emails coming through saying thank you very much for that trade. That was a lovely. I mean, a lot of you didn't get the maximum out of this trade, but you know, you did make 4 to 3, 500 pips. Some of you on this trade. It was absolutely classic ending pattern on this dollar CAD. So well done for some of you getting that as well. For me, I'm flat on this market now. I'm not doing anything. The market is, dollar CAD has hit its target of 120. It says 119.99 here on my pro trading system, but 120 was just get in front of that number was the profit target for the dollar CAD. And so for me on this market, you know, it's really, I'm in a holding pattern with this. I'm not really that concerned. I've sort of moved away from the dollar CAD. It's been a great move. I tend to move away, but after a big move like that, I tend to just go and look for something else. Here on the Dow, here's the Wall Street guys. If you're spread better, here's the June contract on the Dow. I know this is a forex event, but we have problems on the Dow. We keep on getting V pivots all over the place. It threatens to sell off, and then it just V pivots back higher, and we see, you know, false moves in this market. For me, the reason, and I call it crocodile jaws. The reason that we're not getting any decent moves is that we're stuck inside these moving averages on this four-hour time frame. If we can get the Dow, and I think we're going to drop, and if we get the Dow below this 1780, closing below there, you know, closing below there with some conviction, then I think we can get a decent move. At the moment, we have nothing. It is stuck inside moving averages, guys. There is nothing going on there. Euro yen is copycat of the euro dollar. We are at an ending pattern on the 4-hour time frame. We are at an ABC correction here on this euro versus the yen. It cannot sustain this move to the upside. We are in potential rollover territory on this euro-yen area here. Okay, so just be a little bit careful. If you are long, tighten that stop up because we are running out of momentum to the long side on that time frame. British pound is already, sterling yen here already starting to crack. This is very similar to the euro-yen, euro-dollar type trade, but not as strong to the upside, and we are starting to roll up and get an ABC correction going on here as well. So we may be able to, I mean, what I don't want to be doing is entering too many sort of swing trades that are going to last me a couple of days because of this election, but we are going to roll here. We are rolling nicely on this pound yen. Oil hit $60, which we've been long in our membership, which has been great. And this one here, guys, one of the members has just typed in pound Aussie dollar. we're breaking symmetrical triangles on this. All right, so look at this one here. It's the daily time frame. All right, we've had some lovely. Okay, Blaine, nice one, mate. We've been stalking this market with this symmetrical triangle on the pound Aussie for about 2 weeks now, and you can see that we're getting to the end of this apex, and I was speaking about this at Scan Club on Monday night, we had this fake out just here at 195. Now when you get a fake out on a symmetrical triangle, you look to short the other side if the fake out's to the upside. So we look to short the other side if you get the fake out. Now this, exactly the same pattern here on this symmetrical triangle. Same pattern that brought in over 1,000 pip move nearly 2 years ago now on the pound US dollar, okay, cable. Exactly the same fake out from a symmetric triangle which reversed and went the opposite direction, and it brought in over 1,000 pips move. So are we going to see this drop in dramatically lower? It's related to the British pound. Are we seeing weakness in the pound? Is there uncertainty that maybe rumours are the Labour government have got a great chance of upsetting the apple cart? I don't know. I'm not a politician. I'm just a trader, and I'll be trading the reaction. And so what we're seeing here is that we're seeing some weakness in the British pound. Okay, so interesting times ahead with sterling. We are certainly starting to see this market cracking. If we can get a rally here, guys, I will participate in a short trade. What I'm not going to do is short this market all the way down here. All right, I'm not going to short it all the way down here or at this area here because we're pretty extended. And I certainly would look for a short back up higher, up into these areas up here on a 5-minute time frame. I certainly wouldn't want to be shorting the market at the lows because we can get a snapback at any time. Okay. Keep my eye on this British pound. We've got news out. So let's just keep our eye on this. We've got a news announcement out. It's a red flag at 9:30 services PMI. Let's just wait for a moment to see what is mentioned here. And let's take a look at the FTSE as well while we're here. And the FTSE for me looks a little bit in trouble here, guys. We could roll on, this is the June contract 4-hour, by the way, futures market. We are stuck inside these moving averages, but we could certainly crack below here. It looks like the pressure is to the downside. I've got momentum pushing downwards. I've got a MACD below 0. I think this could start to crack. If we start to get below this 6,870 area and close below there. Remember, the close is the most important, not the range. The close is the important of candlesticks. If we can get a close below this 6,870 on the June contract, then this is vulnerable for a bigger push lower. The DAX, any DAX traders in the room by any chance? Any DAX traders? Yeah, okay, we've got a few DAX traders in here. Good stuff. We've absolutely nailed the DAX over the last 2 weeks with an ending pattern. On the daily, it's had an ending pattern, so we've been short the DAX, not long the DAX with a pro trading system sell. So very, very nice indeed. Okay, so we've got news out in 2 minutes. It is a red flag. We'll see what happens. We'll keep our eye on this euro dollar as well, and we'll see if we can get anything off here. We've just got enough time here to look at the dollar and the yen. If you look at the dollar here on a 4-hour time frame, this is the dollar index, by the way. you can see that we're actually potentially at the end of this pattern on the dollar. We're starting to lose momentum to the downside here. While the price is going lower, we're starting to see momentum push up. All right, so this cannot, if we start to push lower here, we cannot sustain this downtrend, so I'm looking for a bit of strength at some point, if not today, tomorrow, in this dollar index to the upside. All right, may happen today. An ending pattern, Peter. Yeah, an end of a wave pattern is what I mean by an ending pattern. Okay. Reversal pattern at the highs. A reversal pattern at the lows. All right. So at the end of a wave pattern, you find that there will be some type of reversal pattern. End of a trend, you'll find that there'll be an ending pattern. We just got to find that pattern, know what that pattern is. Okay, so we've had a gap up here. On the British pound with news. It doesn't, at the moment, it doesn't change my philosophy that we're probably going to be, at the moment, unless something changes in the next 5 minutes, in some type of range-bound market on the British pound. And so this is, at the moment, insignificant for me. We don't have any major candlestick spikes or anything like that to write home about at all as we speak. Okay, PMI news, better than expected. British pound looking like it wants to push higher for the moment. Keep my eye on that euro trade. Keep my eye on this British pound trade as well. Okay, any other markets that you guys want to take a look at all? If there's any other markets, then let me know. Okay, we've got people saying S&P, gold, quite a few people coming in saying stock indices here. Peter, fantastic. We'll look at the 10-year. We'll look at the 10-year bonds. We'll certainly look at the 10 years treasuries, and we'll look at the bond market, because that is a. I mean, if you were to come to our Traders Coffee morning 2 months ago, you'd have made some excellent decisions regarding the bond markets. I mean, we don't trade. I don't trade individual stocks, but one of our other coaches does trade the individual stocks. Guys, okay. So I personally don't trade individual stocks in my day trading account, but obviously in my long-term investment policy account, then I'll buy and sell stocks. However, for day trading the market, I'm not a stock trader. Stock indices, absolutely no problem at all. Futures market, commodities, and FX. Okay. Do I use volume? I mean, this is a good time to take some questions, because we get a lot of questions coming through here. And while we just wait for something to happen on these markets, and we've got if you look down the workspace down here, we've got lots of markets to look at. let's see if there are any opportunities setting up. But at the moment, it's looking a little bit slow at the moment, guys. It could all change. It could all change in a matter of moments. So we've got some questions coming in. I'm a newbie in the room. What is an ABC correction pattern, Paul? Paul D. Paul, an ABC correction pattern is the end of a wave pattern. All right. We go into more detail on that at our apprenticeship, a Forex apprenticeship in 2 weeks' time. We'll give you some information at the end if you're interested in that. But we talk about ending patterns. You've got to know the end of a pattern. You've got to know the start of a wave, the middle part of the wave, and the end of a wave pattern. And where buyers or sellers are coming in. You're not always going to get it right. I don't always get it right, Paul and Peter, but it gives you a good idea where you are in the pattern. Ending patterns, tops of moves, tops of trends. Okay. Some great questions coming in here, guys. Some great questions. What do I think the keys to success as a Forex trader is, Patrick L? The key, and I can only go with what the journey I've been on, Patrick, not any other trader, is that you've got to be dedicated to this. You've got to want to learn. You've got to put the time and hours into doing this. It's like any profession. We think we can come into this and become super within one day because everyone gets pumped with all the Ferraris and helicopters that you're going to buy. It's just complete rubbish. Most people come into trading. Of course, you want the helicopters and Ferraris and nice houses and lovely life for your family, but really the reality is that most people want to just earn extra income per month, that they can have a bit of freedom in their life to not have to go to work. And with that, Patrick, you need to put some time and hours into and dedication into becoming a trader. Not only trading, but anything, surely. Anything. I wouldn't walk into your profession and expect to be an expert in one trading session. And I think you've got to, and just write this down. If you've got a pen and paper, write this down wherever you are. If you can write this down, that just think what you should do as a newbie is probably the opposite of what you should be doing really. Just think what novice traders do. Most novice traders buy the highs of the market because they think, because it's up, they'll buy the highs thinking it's going to go higher. And just think, that's what happened to me. When I started thinking about what the mistakes I used to do, losing money making those mistakes, I started doing the opposite. Trading. I mean, you can tell where novice traders trade every day. I mean, all due respect to novice traders, I talk about people that don't get the education, people that don't put the time in. I mean, you can see on a 5-minute chart here that people that trade breakouts in the markets, okay, like here on the euro dollar this morning at 8:30, took a breakout trade, which means buying the highs, and it literally just rolled over and went back 30 pips. By that time it comes back here, they got stopped out the trade, and now it's going in the direction they thought it would do in the first place. So, and we talk a lot about this at the apprenticeship, okay, at the weekend. We do live trading, and we go into the classic mistakes that novice traders make. And how do I know? I've been there. I've done it and seen it many, many years ago. Just got to start thinking differently. And the thing that I can go on all day about this, Patrick, and sorry if I'm just waffling on here, but you've got to know yourself, and that's why we do personality profiling. So Trading College, first company to be doing this. We do personality profiling on our traders. So we basically go into your personality, run a test on your personality, and try to get the strategies and the timeframes that suit you personally and not anybody else. I think the first thing is you've got to know yourself. If you don't know yourself and you're not honest with yourself, then you're going to struggle. All right, you're going to struggle. Okay, so do I rate the stochastics on a 1 hour trade? Not sure what you mean on that one, David. Not sure what you mean on that, buddy. Do I use volume? I don't use volume in the FX market, Andres. I hope I've said your name. I don't use volume in the market in FX. I use volume for volume reversals in stocks if I was looking for a reversal pattern and a longer term trade in a stock. But in FX, in Forex, you know, we're struggling for volume on what I use here anyway. I know you can get volume on Forex on things like FXCM's charts and things like that. All right. Okay, so the euro here, I want the euro to go up. I want it to go up to add to this position. At the moment, we're white. Okay, we're white. My pleasure, Patrick. What other questions? What indicators do I use? I use my proprietary indicators, but you can also see here, Gordon, I've got the MACD as well, so I love using the MACD. I love using momentum indicators. I love using my proprietary system. I love using Fibonacci. I love using Fibonacci symmetry. Symmetry is just incredible. I love that. And I actually, on the apprenticeship, I actually teach the money line strategy, which is all based on Fibonacci symmetry, which is cracking. What about the Aussie New Zealand? Let's have a look at those trades. We've got some more posts coming in, and the Aussie New Zealand has been great. So look at this Aussie New Zealand trade. Australian dollar versus the New Zealand dollar. So look at this, and those people that are in my live trading room, look at this, guys. Look at what we were looking at. Now, look at the monthly. As a day trader, I look at the monthly time frame. People laugh when they hear me say, as a technical trader, when I trade off a 15, 60, and 4 hour time frame, why do you look at the monthly time frame? Well, the monthly time frame here has got me into a bullish move into the Aussie New Zealand on a 15, 60, 4 hour time frame. Can anyone spot on the 4 hour here, on the monthly time frame, what the setup was? What was the strategy here on the monthly time frame? Anyone see what a strategy could be played out here for you guys on the monthly? What I'm saying is, what was the signal to get long on the monthly? And there's people that have been in my apprenticeship already coming through, and I recognise the names here. Not two-step boomerang. I'm long the Aussie New Zealand. Anyone spot this? Anyone spot this? And this, I mean, I talk about this in my book as well, this type of trade, because I love this type of bullish divergence at the bottom. Excellent. There's loads of people been on my apprenticeship here. So this is a bullish divergence trade. So on the monthly time frame, I'm looking at bullish divergence, and I can drill down to my smaller time frame here, guys. By the way, there is nothing happening at the moment. I can drill down to my smaller time frame, look at the Aussie New Zealand. I didn't want to do that. Look at the Aussie New Zealand and get a precision entry. We call it free money at Trading College. So we have lovely bullish divergence on the monthly, and we just then start to drill down to a smaller time frame I can risk something like 20, 30 pips on a smaller time frame, go for a 500, 600 point trade. So I could use my intraday 4-hour, 60-minute charts to do a swing trade on a monthly time frame. So don't rule out the bigger time frames when you're trading, even up to the monthlies, because those can get you into moves very, very quickly. And it's a simple process. It really is. You don't have to drill. You don't have to watch a 5-minute, or if you're not watching the bigger time frames, in my opinion, then I think that you're missing out on some beautiful trades into resistance areas and into what I call free money. We always hunt for free money every day in the live room, where we look for trades that are pretty simple, just to go and pinch 20 points out of to hold for a swing trade. All right, so this is a live trading session, and we are looking at live markets. I am keen to try and get a live trade off, and we certainly run the risk of it being a very slow market here. Okay, so look at this. Let's go over this euro yen again. Look at this euro yen. This euro yen cannot sustain this move to the upside. So we are right at here, guys, a potential corrective move at the high. So people saying to me, what's an ending pattern? Well, this is the potential ending pattern right here on this euro yen. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is just have a little look. I've already nibbled on the euro to the downside already. What I don't want to do is be too exposed to the euro. Okay, we do have some news coming out in 10 minutes. We've got retail sales coming out in 10 minutes, guys. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to place a trade on this euro Aussie dollar as well. Let me just get my broker up. Yeah, we go into, yes, John, we go into brokerages and out on the apprenticeship. We just haven't got time to go into talking about brokerages and the books they run against retail traders, A and B listed books and things like that. We go into all that detail at the apprenticeship, okay. Okay, so what I'm looking at here, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to short this Euro Aussie here, okay, at 134.51. We do have news coming out in 1 second, okay, well, actually in 10 minutes, but I'm looking at this from an ending pattern point of view. So what I'm looking for here is to see whether we want to get down. Target on this is going to be here. First target is going to be this 133.08, all right? Now, what I could do here as well is look at some Fibonacci areas and start to, it's difficult sometimes to understand where to place a stop on this, but I'm looking for areas here for a stop loss. So please, if you are taking any trades whatsoever, in fact, I would recommend not to take any trades here at all, due to the fact that you don't know what strategies are, you don't know, what you're trading or why you're trading. I'm doing these strategies, but the reason for me, this is an ABC corrective move, okay. And I've got stop placements up here, and I've got a decision point right here at 133. So if it gets down to 133 here, then I've got a decision to make. Do I sell the position? Do I sell half the position? Or do I trail my stop on this? Okay. So I'm giving this a bit of a wide berth. At the moment, I'm comfortable with this trade. I'm comfortable with the risk on this trade at the moment. We're struggling to go high. We're at the end of a wave pattern. You can wait for it to, from the live trading room guys, we're at the 76.4% now area. We're about 28 pips from that 76.4 if you're in my live trading room. Or you can look for a trigger on the smaller time frame. So my strategy here is a ending pattern ABC correction on a 4-hour time frame with a decision point down here at 133 on this. All right, guys. Can I explain bullish and bearish divergence? Bullish and bearish divergence. Not at the moment. Not at the moment. We've got some news out. Just 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to give it wider. My stop placement's right up at this 136 area. Okay, I'm not that concerned just yet with this trade. I am looking for a bigger move. You can see I'm on a bigger time frame, aren't I, guys? I'm on a bigger time frame. I'm looking for bigger time frames on this. I'm not going scalping the market here. I'm looking to build a bigger position to see if this market starts to roll over and give us something a bit big. I think sometimes we get tied into small moves too much. It gets tiring. It gets really tiring. I think if you look at the bigger time frames like 4 hours and things like that and monthlies, it just gives you the direction of the trends and then gives you opportunities for bigger moves. Okay. So we've got news out in 8 minutes. We'll just hang on. So somebody's just asking here, what is my account looking like now on my LMAX platform? So just to recap here, on the LMAX platform, guys, on the first session, I spoke about that the account, I put £2,500 in an account, and I think at the last event, the first event, I think it was up at 4,500 in about 3 weeks, but now it's moved up quite nicely. The account's gone from 2,000. This is the small trading account that I've been demonstrating with live trading room people and at these events. So now the account went from 2.5, now it's 8,408, and that's about 6 weeks. It's gone to it's made about 4,000, £6,000. Okay, in about 4 weeks. It's over 30 days, so I think we're talking about it's about 6 weeks on that. So that's gone from 2,500 to 8 and 8.4. We should get it up to 10,000 by the end of tomorrow's trading, which we've been trading this every single day. My guys in the live trading room will confirm that as well. All right. So we're waiting for news out. The reason I put 2,500 in is because it's the average retail trader's account size is about 2,500. Okay. No point in sticking 100 grand in there, is there? When most people don't have £100,000 to put into a trading account. Why does the P&L for that account show as 0? Because there's no trades open on that account, Bernard. All trades on that account are closed. Right, so the balance is now 8408 on that. I think, you know, if you've got a 10 grand account to 15,000, 20,000, you could do a lot of you could do some nice returns. I think it's people that, you know, when you've got a small size trading account which is 500 to 2,500, that's where most retail traders that are new to this come into the market, that sort of account size, and it I don't know, you tell me. What sort of size is your account? I mean, I don't know any of you in here. I don't know. I know some names, but I don't know everyone personally. But what's your account sizes, guys? What's your account sizes? I mean, I know what the brokers tell me. I mean, the brokers. I mean, the likes of the brokers say that it's anything from 500 to 2,500. Okay. So we're getting a range. We're getting 50,000, 20,000, 10k, 2.5, 5,000, 20k, 5,000. We're getting 1,000, 1,000, 3,000. So we're not 800. 1,100. 100. Wow. 100. Wow. It is a big range, Bernard. It is a big range. Okay, we've got news out in 4 minutes time, guys. News out in 4 minutes. Ah, right. So there was my short zone here, look. So there was my short zone right in here, guys, look, on my 5-minute time frame that I've just missed here. Okay, so here was my short zone where I had that box to short the market right there. Right here. Unfortunately, when you do things like this, when you do live trading rooms, when you do live sessions like this, you do tend to miss opportunities constantly, which is okay. It's okay. It's a never-ending buffet. It really is. It's a never-ending buffet, guys. The markets will always be there. It's whether your account's going to be there. That's the problem. The S&P, I will look at the end of the webinar. I will look at we'll look at the stock market indices, okay, like the S&P, the Nasdaq, the DAX, FTSE, transports. We'll take a look at those markets. Let's see if there's anything. Let's have a look. How do I get into the live trading room? Andy, you know how to get into the live trading room. It's you just got to ring Andy at Trading College, and he will help you. Yeah, it is everyone's saying, yeah, it's a good saying that, you know, it's a never-ending buffet. It is a never-ending buffet. The markets are always there. At the end of the day, it's whether your account's still there, whether you've still got your account intact. Now, in markets like this, what we're seeing now is this white candlestick. When it's a white candlestick on the Pro Trading System here, that means that the volatility is really low. Okay, so it means that volatility is really low here on the euro yen. Okay, we've got news out any moment. It is a never-ending buffer, and I think that You just got to try and, while you're learning, any newbie in the room, just while you're learning, guys, just protect that account. Your account is the most important thing. Your account is the thing that needs to be there when this market does take off or drop dramatically, okay? So while you're learning, make sure that you keep your account intact at all times. And I think one of the toughest things for me years ago was knowing when not to trade. When to stand aside. Because I think when we get to our screens, we open our screens and, okay, it's 9 o'clock, we're going to start work, we're going to start trading the markets, and we think that we're going to place a trade. We've got to place a trade, and it's not the case. I mean, my day starts, it doesn't mean I'm trading, I'm going to trade. I will do some analysis of the market, bigger picture stuff, look at what's setting up for bigger moves. I want to go for big moves. I want to make a lot of money. I don't want to keep scalping for 5, 10 pips all the time. I want to go for big moves. I want to go for 100, 1,000 pip moves using my day trading strategies. And so I don't start trading straight away. I will look to set up things. I think if you're a scalper trading the markets and you're new to trading, it's classic ruin material. You're going to lose all your money pretty quickly. You're going to lose all your money pretty quick. If you're a combination of a scalper and a new trader, 6 months been doing this, 3 months, 2 months, you're going to blow out pretty quickly. So what we do in the live trading room, in the apprenticeship weekends, we just do things like this, what I'm showing you now, bigger picture. I'll show you the setups. We teach 2 setups at the apprenticeship. I actually teach 5, and some of the results are incredible for some of these people. We've got people in this room today that have been on the apprenticeship, and there's one gentleman said, Alan here, Alan K. I was at the Forex apprenticeship last month with help. I've now increased a £500 account to 1,400. I've noticed big moves I've noticed big moves when New York and London first opened, so I avoid these opening times. Well done, Alan. So we've got Alan here, who was at my apprenticeship last month. His account's gone from 500 to 1,400, and Simon can confirm that, I'm sure, as well, if he can read that same post. And it's not about, if you're a scalper, you need a lot of discipline. Hi Dean, how are you, buddy? A lot of discipline in the markets. You really do. Sit back, let some of these bigger trades play out, and then you've got opportunities to trade, make money, and do it less stressful, I think. You're absolutely spot on, Dean. Dean C. Dean said, I think newbies like me can end up trying to be too careful and place stops too close to catch bigger trends. Well, we have a strategy called free money trade strategy, Dean, where we actually do have a tight stop and we go for a big swing trade. It's called free money. It's one of my strategies I teach, and obviously you've got to know the strategy. I'm not going to teach you it here when people respectively pay money for me to teach them it, but we do actually go for 1,000 pip moves, and if we're lucky we'll get a big move, but risk 15, 20 pips. But we hold these for longer term trades. And it's the biggest question we get. Okay, so this euro yen, I'm still looking for the target decision point of 133 down here. Okay, 133 down here. I think guys, that the biggest question that we get, my coaches get, and I get, is where do you place your stops? Where do you place your stops? Okay. Where do you place your stops? And I think, if there is one person that knows where you place your stops, and that is your broker, isn't it? They know where you place your stops, don't they? They know where most retail traders place their stops, don't they? All right. And, you know, on the apprenticeship, I will reveal lots to you about brokerages. It's just worth coming just to listen to the brokerage section. There is only one person that can see where your stops are, and that is the broker, isn't it? Okay, so this trade's doing okay. Now, if you're new to trading, and you're making £100 profit, all right. Now, there's no point in me saying to you, you know, just let this trade run down to 133 down here. If you're making if £100 is a lot of money for you, there is no point just letting this go back to zero. So if you're ever in doubt, write this down, guys. If you're ever in doubt and you're making some great, because what really does get my goat up is when you read books or anyone tells you you've got to have a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio. All right, it gets my goat because it's easier said than done. To hang on to a trade that's going to give you 3%, three times your loss, is really hard. Now, there's a couple of tricks you can do. As I said, we go into it. A couple of tricks you can do, and write this down if you want to. One of them is turn the computer off and go out. Get your stop to break even. Okay. So I can just go in here now and say, right, let's just get my stop, put my stop to my break even point, and then turn the PC off and go out for a coffee for an hour. I can do that, can't I? Or the other little trick is to sell half the position. If you're ever in doubt, sell half or sell some. Even if I just sold £1 here, if I sold £1 of this position, my stress levels are going to reduce dramatically. Okay, so I've banked. This money is not mine until I click back the buy button. You'll never, anyone that tells you you should never have emotion trading is talking out of their backside. They have no idea what trading is all about. You will always have emotion trading. It just gets easier and easier. The more times you see the same thing over and over again, it just gets easier. All right? So what I can do here, all right, it's gone from 100 down to 60. So I can put a stop to break even if I wanted to. I could sell half my trade if I wanted to. I've got a stop up here, which is a bit further away. So it's entirely up to you guys. If you're a human being, you've got a pulse, you'll have emotion. And this is called managing the trade and managing your emotions at all times, all right? And anyone that says you're never going to have emotions talking out their backside, it's just not going to happen. Is it? Would you agree? I mean, we're dealing with your hard-earned money here, and would you agree, guys? I mean, tell me if I'm talking out of my backside, please, because I'm big enough and old enough to deal with disagreements. But if you know, emotion is a big player in trading, isn't it? All right. Now this could run an extra 100 pips to the downside. This is the toughest part of trading. This bit now. the letting the profits run. It's not the stop out trade. Getting stopped out is easy. Anyone can get stopped out, because when we get stopped out, we move on to the next trade, don't we? And we brush ourselves down and do something else. Okay? It's going for a big move. The profits is the hardest bit. The profits are the hardest bit. Okay? Profits are the hardest bit, not the losses, I think. Running the profits. But let me tell you something. Write this down if you want to again. You've got to get good at letting your profits run. You've got to get better at it. Otherwise, you're always going to have an equity curve that goes sideways to down. And probability states that you'll probably eventually blow out. You'll probably eventually blow out if you don't let some big moves go. All right? Getting stopped out is easy. We've all been there and got stopped out. It's letting the big ones run. So little tricks of the trade help. Closing the computer, not watching it is key, really. You can put, absolutely Dean C, you can put limit orders on if you want to. You know, I can go and stick in here a limit order here now. Okay, let's go and put a limit order. Try and get in front. If you're looking at round numbers, don't put a limit order at a round number. Get in front of that round number. So I put a limit order in here at 133. All right. So I put a limit order in here now. I can put a limit order in. There's loads of ways you can do it. There's tons of things you can do to help you reduce your stress, help you deal with the emotions of trading. Yes, Ben, I'm still in the Euro trade short, not long. Okay, so I've got out of that Euro trade to the long side on this ABC correction and looked for a short signal in here. All right, we did. I mean, that ran yesterday. Sorry, we've got some of my live trading room people actually typing in here because we had a long trade yesterday. We bought the Euro yesterday, and I'm exiting that trade from everybody in my live trading room. Okay, so I'm out that trade on the Euro. Out that trade, guys. Is TradeStation, hi Gordon, is TradeStation supplied by the broker or your own choice? No, it's just the US trading platform, Gordon. Our indicators are in MT4, they're in eSignal, TradeStation, and multi-charts, yeah, and MT4 as well. All right, so this is a question I would like to ask you guys. On the 5-minute time frame, on the left-hand side here, we've seen a reversion back to the mean on the 5-minute Euro-Yen. Okay, seen a 5-minute Euro-Yen reversion back to the mean. If we go, now move your eyes to the right-hand side here. Has anything changed on the 4-hour time frame from a technical point of view? So look at the 5-minute, we've reverted back to the mean. Now look at the 4-hour. Has anything technically changed from an ABC corrective move at all? And all my mentorship students type it in. And if you don't know what I'm looking for, technicals, then don't worry about that. It doesn't matter. So the question is, we've sold off, and now we're reverted back to the mean on the 5-minute. And I think it was Nigel may have said this. What would I do now it's gone back on the 5-minute, reverted back to the mean? But if I go over to it's moved 20 odd pips back up. If I move to the 4-hour time frame, nothing's changed. All right. So don't get wrapped up too much in your 5 minutes, unless you're a 5-minute trader, of course. But I mean, I would love this to just, you know, let's not tell porkies at all, guys. I would love this to just drop down to 133 while you're watching this. But it's not necessarily going to do it. We're going to have wave patterns in 5-minute time frames. So it's all fractals, isn't it? What happens in a 5-minute time frame is the same that happens in a 4-hour, but it takes longer in a 4-hour to play out. So I base my strategy on the 4-hour, and nothing's changed on the 4-hour. That's right, John. Start a C wave. So we don't. So I mean, I was talking to. I mean, Keith is in the room. I was like, I'll share you. Well, I mentioned his second name, but I was sharing this same process with Keith the other day in a mentorship session. That, and I'm sure he won't mind. He said, you know, you're going for bigger moves on the 4-hour or 60-minute time frame, but you get willed out the trade and faked out the trade on a 5-minute time frame because you're focused on the 5-minute time frame. Now, the 5-minute time frame is up and down with wave patterns, and you know, much quicker. Where the 4-hour is much slower. So, you know, Keith was getting out of trades too early because of the 5-minute. And the market is there to get you to fake you out the move. By the way, the market is there to fake novice traders out of trades before it goes on a big move. Always. All right. So decide your time frames. Decide what you're looking for and try and stick to it. It's harder said than done, but there's lots of tricks of the trade that you can do. All right? Lots of tricks of the trade that you can do. Ben, I'll send an email to all the live trading room students regarding that euro-dollar trade to tell you exactly what I'm going to be doing on that euro-dollar, okay? I'll send an email update to everyone in the live training room after this event. Okay, so we're coming to the end. I mean, I hope you learn bits and pieces. It's one thing for sure, that you never stop learning. You never get to a stage in your trading career where you say, I know it all. Anyone that tells you that is, you know, got a huge ego. What's happened to my account? My account's just disappeared for some reason. And you know, it's you never know it all. You never know it all, if that makes sense. You just keep on getting better as a trader, and just keep on, you know, getting good at. And we talk about this more in the apprenticeship, but you just get good at. You know yourself. You get good at following a process. If you haven't got processes or strategies, if you haven't got a process or strategy, then you have to stop trading. I would personally stop trading or go and give your money to charity. If you haven't got a process or a strategy, then you're up against it, guys. If you're just trading off a whim, then, you know, stop trading, get the education. People fight the education, which is, I think, because people have been so burnt before with false promises and BS, helicopters, Ferraris, all that shenanigans goes on in this industry, that people still fight the education, and it does them no good at all. They just go around in circles. Hi Bernard. Bernard says, thank you for sharing all your knowledge and time, Lee. Your repetition regarding newbie perils is very helpful. It's absolutely true. It's in my own painful experience. Do the brokers trade against you? They'll trade against. Now I've got to be really careful, okay? I mean, do the trade. The question is, do the traders trade against you? Look, I'm not going to. Simon's recording this. Simon is recording this. I'm not going to start going out there. I know a lot of stuff that brokers do. Okay, you know, I spend time out with brokers over a beer, a glass of wine, and it's not pretty what they do. Trading College has no interest in you losing money whatsoever. The brokers do, of course. They'll tell you that, but we talk about it honestly. Because this has been recorded, I don't want to have a lawsuit on my hands, and Simon certainly doesn't want a lawsuit on his hands. But if you do want to, learn more, I mean, in 2 weeks' time, we've got our 2 days apprenticeship course. It's a great 2 days. It's great 2 days. It's a lot of education. It is not a selling course. We always preach that. It is not a selling course. If you want to do more stuff with us, you know where to find us. It is 2 days, and if you're brand new to trading, you've got to get on this event, okay? Now, all the staff are starting to arrive a little bit in the offices here. You might hear some noise in the background, guys. If you want to come to the event, it's a 2-day event. It's full of education, okay? And I'll give some more information here, Simon, if you don't mind, because we're coming pretty close to the end. I've got to go into a meeting soon. And I'll just summarize on the trades afterwards, all right, after this. It's 2 days. 2-day apprenticeship. You're going to learn strategies. You're going to learn the free money. In fact, you're going to learn the money line strategy, which I used a bit of the money line strategy today. Okay. It's on the 16th to 17th of May. We have tons of testimonials. Tons of testimonials in here. Okay. It just goes on. And the results after this event, for some people, and there's some people in the room today saying about the event and how much that they've made after the event. There's about 4 or 5 come-ins been on the event. It's 2 days full of education, guys. It's central London. You're going to learn about the wave principle. All right. So people talking about ending patterns. I'm going to teach you the wave principle, simple wave principle. If you start to, I mean, there's books and books written on wave principles and things. Keep it simple. I keep it really simple. Keep it structured. And I'll teach you the Fibonacci money line strategy that I teach. You can set that up before you start trading in a day. All right. We have, in fact, 3 fantastic. I teach you the strategies. Okay, so I teach you strategies, and people say they paid £3,000, £4,000 for less than what they take away on this event. Would you agree, guys, that have been on the event? Yeah. And you get strategies, you get information. It's purely education, the whole event. So why do we put this on? Why do we put this event on? We do a lovely special price for £97 plus VAT. Okay. So why do we put this event on for such great value at £97 plus VAT? Well, there was one thing that we were missing here at Trading College, and it was that in between, the very start of the ladder for somebody. And I've been a new trader, and I know that people want to try something first before they really commit to it. And they want to learn a lot. They don't know who to trust. They don't know if the books are right. And so the event is for newbies or people that can't make any money trading the markets. If you can't make consistent profit, or if you're new to trading, you've got to stop right now and stop trading. Get the education. All right, this is £97 plus VAT. It's in 2 weeks' time. It's at central London. If you text that number, one of our consultants will ring you and give you all the information you need to come to the apprenticeship. It's a great 2 days. And I think people need to learn a lot about the markets, learn a lot about the brokers, what novice traders do all the time to try and avoid, and it is all education, guys, all education. Now, if you want to go to another level, if you want to be in our live trading room for 4 months, then you're going to have to pay and make an investment for that. But there is no obligation whatsoever. At no time throughout the event, when we're teaching you the education, will we stop and say, right, this is what you've got to buy now before you go to the next level. At lunchtime on the second day, if you want to stay behind for 15 minutes, we'll go through the next level if you want to take the next level. If you don't, you just go to lunch. There's no... You will be able to trade. That's a great question, Paul. You'll be able to trade. Well, you'll be able to use the strategies on the Monday afterwards. All right. Depends how new you are, Paul. You may have to set up your broker and set up your charts, and at the event we help you with that. So we go through the brokerages, we go through the charts, we go through the strategies, we go through all the mistakes novice traders make. We go through, you'll get videos pre the course as well. So you get setup videos on trading, on some of the things we want you to learn before the course. And you know what? I wish I had this 13 years ago. I wish I had this 13 years ago. And it's just for good people. It's for people that are new to trading or can't get ahead. All right? It's for people that can't get ahead. It's for people that are just starting out, want to try it, but don't want to invest thousands and thousands of pounds. Our 4-month program, I mean, I'll tell you, our course prices are now, I'll tell you our course prices are, my 12-month mentorship is £10,000 for 12 months. You sit with me for 12 months and we trade and we work together for 12 months. Okay. And our 4-month trading program is 5,000. 4-month live trading program. But once you learn the skills, you've got them for life. So that's it. That's the sales. That's the sales. So there's no other sales process at all. All right, that's it. That's what our courses are. And this is a great course to get started with. You're going to learn a load. You're going to learn strategies. Any questions? So how big account do I need? Well, how big is your account, Matthias? How big is your account? You're a newbie. So we need to discuss what a £500 trading account isn't going to do you no good at all, my friend. You don't want a £500 trading account. You want to try and, get some more money. And, we talk about this in the apprenticeship. Don't put all your money into a trading account to start with. If you've got £1,000 to put into a trading account, the last thing I want you to do is just stick the whole lot in there. All right. If you just phone the office guys, they'll sort out the next dates for you, and they'll help you. And unfortunately, we do have to charge something for this course. We are a profitable organizer. We have to make a profit, or we don't exist. Okay. And if you did take the same trade as me on the euro yen, you would have paid for that event in this trade. Just imagine the power you'd have if you did. Know exactly what some of you, what you were doing. All right, so good stuff. We'll learn about wave patterns, ending patterns. We talk about, you'll never be on the wrong side of a trade again if you learn what I'll teach you on the patterns side of things. All right. Does the education continue after 2 days? If you want to, Hallie, if you want to come on to another program, the live trading program. For example, the 4-month live trading program, we sit and we do this and we trade together in the live trading room. There's no obligation. It's up to you. We're not into, anyone can make their own mind up. It's entirely up to yourself. All right. So I'm going to go off. I've got a meeting now, guys.
Lee, it's Simon here. Yep, we're just on 10:30. Just want to just pass on our thanks to you for talking the last hour and a half. And I know again the markets have been sort of pre-election quiet, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean we've had quiet markets, Simon. I suppose every sort of session, but we've tend to get a trade off and make some money on all the sessions, really.
That's right.
So you know, it's with real money in a real live trading account, and you know, no demo trading here at Trading College. It's all live money, real money, and you know, we're doing okay. We've done okay, and that's my style of trading.
Well,
really. So
that's absolutely fantastic. Well, again, thank you so much. We've put the link to the registration page for anybody that does want to go along, spend the weekend with you on the 16th and 17th of May. They can sign up on the website, or you've put the details. But we'll follow up with the phone number and things as well, and the email. But thank you again. I know you've got another meeting to dash to, so should we draw it to a close there? And if there's anything else, I can handle any questions and pass them on to Lee as well. If anybody's got questions, just you can email me. But in the meantime, thank you very much, everyone, for attending. I hope you found it useful. And we look forward to seeing you again 21st of May for the next Round the Clock Trader event, and we've got some new speakers lining up for that. So thank you, Lee, and
thanks,
speak
guys.
to you soon.
Thanks, Simon.
Bye-bye for now.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. See you on the apprenticeship, and take care. Bye-bye now, everyone. Bye-bye.